First of all, I would like to thank you for asking me this question because especially this is the need of the hour, and through that also they can swap your money instantly. Your account will be debited. Otherwise, it's a room for fraud. Second is
Technology has put a lot of differences in everyone's life. So what differences you feel in banking sector?
so these are basically three or four things that you should keep in mind, and if people are aware about these things, I don't think so you will get succumbed to any kind of frauds.
Because you are working since long in banking industry, so I want to know people, those who are thinking as a career in banking industry, what advice would you like to offer them?
You can enter into a government job in banking sector. First is through clerical, and second is through PO exam, probationary officer exam, abbreviated as PO. Has not only changed India but across the world, which has been developed by NPCI. It is app which has been developed by National Payment Corporation of India. So you are managing with not in crores, which many people would correlate with. Recently, I was going through a data wherein it was said that there are so many people who have lost their who have lost their hard-earned money alone. He wanted to start a business. And he was requesting me, sir, I want to start a business. I do not have that much money to start, and I am really looking forward to you and your bank who can help me with some funds so that I can start my business. Then I said, okay, Papa, we will definitely help you with that business.
Hello everyone. Today I have a special guest on my channel, my younger brother Rahul. He is currently serving as a senior manager in Bank of Maharashtra. With 11 years of experience in the field of banking industry, he is here to share some valuable insights into the world of finance. He also runs his own YouTube channel dedicated to sharing in-depth banking knowledge and expertise. I will share the link of his channel in my description box. So without further ado, let's watch our conversation based on banking. Hello Rahul, and welcome to my channel. I am thrilled to have you here. Please introduce yourself a bit to my wonderful viewers.
Yeah, thank you, Shweta Di. First of all, thank you for inviting me for your spectacular show. And I was thinking about this. I wanted to do this since long, since I was watching your videos and all those things. And finally, eventually, we got a chance to do this video together. So glad to first of all see you. So hello everyone. Myself Rahul Srivastav. Um, I am currently working as a senior manager in government bank. I have joined as a provisionary officer in 2013. Right now, currently, I am posted in Kolkata, and I have, as I said, I have joined as a provisionary officer in 2013. Has worked across different geographies, especially in Maharashtra, and apart from that, I am a graduate from physics honors. I would like to tell you about my hobbies. I am very much, into sports and trekking and all those things. I like doing adventurous trips. So that was a short brief about me.
Because you are working since long in banking industry, so I want to know people, those who are thinking as a career in banking industry, what advice would you like to offer them to succeed in banking industry?
See, first and foremost, irrespective of whether it is a banking industry or whether it is any other industry, the first and foremost thing that I would like to convey to our viewers, or I would like to give my opinion to our viewers, is that in whichever field you are having interest, go to that field. First, first is that. Then, if you are especially into banking sector, and if you want to come into banking sector, then first there are only two ways through which you can enter into a government job in banking sector. First is through clerical, and second is through PO exam, probationary officer exam, abbreviated as PO. So to crack that, first you'll have to you'll have to write prelims. Once you qualify prelims, then you can qualify. Then you'll qualify for mains, and once you qualify mains, then you are shortlisted for interview. And once you have been shortlisted for interview, you have to come under merit for your under interview. And once that final merit list is prepared, then only you will be allotted any of the public sector banks, and then you will be eligible to work for this government bank. So that is how you get entry into a government bank. Now, once you get into the government bank, then your actual work starts, which varies from, it's like a huge, it's like an ocean. There are so many sectors under those under the banking sector. Now, under which portfolio have been you have been given to work under which portfolio, and it depends on different geographies, different locations, different your style of working. There are so many things that we'll be discussing in due course of time.
Absolutely true that in every field we need, for success we need to have an interest in that field. Yes, it's true. Technology has put a lot of differences in everyone's life. So what differences you feel in banking sector? Technology changed
Yeah,
the
very
banking sector.
rightly said. See, technology has has impacted banking sector like any. It's humongous impact on banking sector, and it has grown leaps and bounds. Now, talking especially about technology sector related to banking, then I think unified payment interface, abbreviated as UPI, is one of the biggest inventions in the entire banking industry. Now, if you, I mean, if I look a decade back, a decade, not long, but a decade back, or 10 years back, or not even, if I'm not looking that back, suppose 5 years back also, then what was the style of payment that you used to make? Either we used to withdraw cash from ATM, because ATM was already in vouch during that period of time. Then either we used to give our card, which we used to swap it through posh machines. But now, for the past, especially for the past 3 to 4 years, UPI has made tremendous impact on the banking industry. The way we used to make payment, neither you have to carry card, neither you have to carry, nor you have to carry cash. The only thing is you need to have a phone which needs to be linked to your account, and that is how you can make UPI payments. So for payments up to 50,000 rupees, even up to 1 lakh rupees, you only need a smartphone, which I think every Tom, Dick, and Harry carries that. Right? Every individual has a smartphone as of now. Every individual, in the sense, I think rarely 1 or 2% of those people, according to my knowledge, would be there, those who are not using smartphones. But I think almost everyone is using smartphone. So technology in that sense, especially in the payment interface, has made a huge impact in the banking industry. And I think this has not only changed India, but across the world, different countries are looking in interface which has been developed by NPCI. It is app which is which has been developed by National Payment Corporation of India. So you can see different prime ministers from different countries. They're coming, and especially our honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi is showing them how we have impacted the payment structure in our country, and that is how they are also adopting our payment industry. Especially France recently has adopted our payment culture, and it's a big innovation according to me.
Yes, yes, and it's a proud for India, I can say.
Especially.
Yes, yes, yes.
Hats off to
So
the NPC and their team.
yes, yes, very true. So now what things as a customer we should be aware? What do you think we should be aware while doing a transaction, or while having a account on bank? What overall, what security a customer should have in their mind?
Now, before answering this question, first of all, I would like to thank you for asking me this question, because especially this is the need of the hour. As technology is increasing, as the use of technology, rather we should put in this way, as the use of technology is increasing in humongous way, so the every side has two sides. So there are pros and there are cons. So we have spoken about pros. Now we'll be talking about cons. So there are many people who are not financially aware about this con side of this technology. So for the past 3 years or 4 years, we have been reading in the newspaper, we have been hearing in the news channel, or we have been reading articles in various newspapers that there are many cases of fraud, which has impacted many of the people across geographies. So the basic challenge with the use of increase in technology is how we can save ourselves with this fraud that is happening, especially in India. So first and foremost is that whenever we get a call, there are different categories of fraud which is going on. But the basic thing that we have to keep in our mind is we should never ever share our OTP, which is one-time password, to our customers. I mean, to the one who is
Other
giving, who is asking for OTP,
OTP number.
because OTP is only shared when we are doing payments, right? It never OTP is never asked for accepting payments. It OTP is only shared when you are making some payments to any of them, especially when you are booking online tickets, or if you are booking IRCTC tickets, or you are purchasing something through online, like booking movie tickets, or purchasing through on some online apps, and so on and so forth. So then you need to share OTP. That OTP is received on your mobile phone. So always be aware that to whomsoever you are sharing your OTP, he should be trustworthy. You are knowing him, then only you should share that OTP. Otherwise, it's a room for fraud. Second is, whenever you receive any calls that okay, you install this app or you install that app, you should always be aware that there are so many apps through which they hack your mobiles. And once you operate your mobile phone, they are able to view everything through your that they will hack your mobile phone, and they are able to view your passcodes and everything, and through that also they can swap your money instantly. Your account will be debited. So whatever apps you are installing, that should be from verified or authenticated source. Okay. Then regarding these frauds, whenever you are receiving such calls, that there are so many people who do receive. Even my bank colleagues have received calls. So you should always be aware that even RBI says this, and even banks, all the public sector banks, even private sector banks say this. We make people financially aware that bank never asks for ATP. Bank never calls you for this, right? So these are basically three or four things that you should keep in mind. And if people are aware about these things, I don't think so you will get succumbed to any kind of frauds.
If by chance, happy to know all these things that we must aware about sharing our OTP number and personal information. So yes, it's true. Now I want to know, Rahul, if someone by chance have faced fraud, online fraud, then what steps a person should take instantly?
Okay, now again a good question. Now suppose somebody gets victimized of that fraud, right? So immediately what he should do is he should either call to helpline numbers of banks which are available always on websites, or you can Google it, and then immediately block the account, right? Or else if you are nearby to a branch which is nearby to your house, or you are located nearby to a branch, then immediately pay a visit to your nearby branch, and then request them, write an application and request them that these kind of things have happened with me, and I want to immediately block my account. So once the account is blocked, your payment will not get withdrawn. I mean,
Okay.
your money will be blocked, and by any means, it will not get out of your account. It will not get debited. So these two things are very important. That immediately you should block your cards, you should block your account, and then again the further legal course of action should be there. That depends from cases to case. You have to inform to cybercrime, or you need to inform to police, and all those things needs to be taken care of. But first and foremost is you should immediately block the account, either through calling the helpline numbers or by paying a visit to the nearby branches.
Nearby branches. So now when it comes to financial literacy, how is it important and what mistakes people generally do while they are managing their finances? What mistakes generally they do? So what do you feel? Because you have a long experience in banking and you interacted lot of customers. So what type of mistakes they do in they are managing in finances?
Okay. So see, before answering this question, I would like to say that finance is it's a big sector, right? Finance, there are so many options. but we'll be sticking to only those things which as a customer or as a normal human being we should be aware of, right, to manage our finances. So first and foremost is, see, the COVID, I would first and foremost talk about this health insurance, right? So during COVID times we have realized the importance of health insurance.
True.
There is a, recently I was going through a data wherein it was said that there are so many people who have lost their uh, who have lost their hard earned money only because they do not have health insurance. So
Oh.
first and foremost, you should have a good health insurance, which should take care of not only of yourself but also your dependents. Like if you are working, if you are having children, then they should be properly taken care of under that health insurance. Then your spouse should be taken care of, and your if your parents are there, then your parents or their in-laws, they all should be covered under that health insurance. Now there are so many health insurance. You can search about all those health insurance online, or you can visit to some of the banks, some of the health insurance companies, because right now many banks have made a tie up with many of the health insurance, so they can also give you proper guidance if you are not actually aware of like which health insurance to buy, because this is one field that many I have seen many people have lost their hard earned monies, and they have they have came back to the square one where from where they have started. So health insurance is
Health
mandatory.
insurance is very important for an individual for
Yeah,
security and
right.
safety.
Now,
Yes.
once you are secured with health insurance, then second important thing is about your financial goals. Now, before, if you are a person who is having lot of money and it's getting difficult for you to manage, then preferably I would suggest that you should have a certified financial planner. There are people who have a certification of certified financial planner, so they can very well help you with managing your finance, because they have international certifications, they have tremendous amount of knowledge, and they can help you with financing, with managing your finance and achieving your long term goal, whatever the goal may be. And if you are managing with not in crores, which many people would correlate with me, like if they are having lakhs and lakhs of rupees, like whatever may be the amount, and if you want to manage in that way, then I would suggest that, see, some of the amount should always be in liquid mode in the sense liquid liquid mode in the sense
You anytime.
liquid mode in the sense, suppose you are having 100 rupees, right? So 15 to 20 rupees should be in a liquid mode, which could be easily liquidated, means instantly it should be available in the form of cash, right? So that is the amount of fund that should be available with you in for an emergency purpose, right? Then suppose we are talking about 100 rupees, right? If we are having a bucket of 100 rupees, so 20
100
rupees you have set aside for
should be in
20
liquid form.
funds. Then 10 another 15 rupees should be in the form of your child's education, your child's education, and it should be allocated. Either you should invest in some good mutual funds, if you are doing some kind of investments in equities, or if you are giving some money to some good mutual funds for some good growth in, especially in equities, or some debt funds also. Like there are some government schemes like public provident fund, there are some NPS, new pension schemes. If you are investing in that, then some amount of funds should be for long-term goals. For some child education fund, it should be invested in that particular sector. If you are doing some, there are some people who are investing in directly in equities. So you should not always invest in equities entire amount. You should always use 5% or 10% of your funds in your equity, because I am telling you the reason, because we are not professionals, right? We are not professionals,
Yes.
we are not actually traders, we are not in front of the screen, we are not able to read the charts, we are not very well aware with the technical terms of the investing. So they are professionals. So even if you are investing in equities, it should only be maximum 5% to 10% of your funds. So in case of any mishappening, in case of any risk, if market goes down, then your entire fund should not go away.
Go away.
Right?
Yes, yes.
So you
Correct.
should have that.
Very
You should
knowledge
have.
things you are sharing, Rahul. Really, it's very important thing. So I now last question I want to ask you. Share any memorable or interesting thing which you have had with your customers in your banking journey till now. Any
Yeah,
interesting memorable events which you want to
there
share
are.
with our viewers?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. There are few of them which is straight into my heart, and I'll say straight from the bottom of my heart. So there was a time when I had started doing branch managership. I was newly posted as a branch manager, and there was one guy who, along with his wife, who along with his spouse, has come to me for availing a loan. He wanted to start a business. And he was requesting me, ki, sir, I want to start a business. I do not have that much money to start, and I am really looking forward to you, up to you and your bank, who can help me with some funds so that I can start my business. Then I said, okay, Papa, we will definitely help you with that business. But then, what are your financials? Have you ever done? What experience do I have on and all those things? So then he told me about all those things, and by reading his papers, his financials, and by reading him, especially before financing a loan, it's very important that what kind of customers you're dealing with, whether he is having that passion to do the business or not, whether he's really involved into that business or not. So after reading him, I thought of making a bet on him, and I had given him funds for his business. And then he started his business. It was something like into MSME sector. And then he started his business. I had most probably given him in the year 2000, I guess, during COVID time only, 2020 or 21, right? 2 or 3 years back. And yeah, almost 3 to 3 years back. So I have given him the funds, and right now he has achieved turnover of almost 3 crore rupees. And
Oh, 3 crore
so
rupees.
yeah, yeah,
Wow.
yeah. He's basically based in Pune, and he still, we are in touch with each other, and he still calls me. He takes guidance from me, and we do chat. And I also learn a lot from about his business and all those things. So I really feel proud of my bank and myself also, that the public sector bank, which stands for helping the needy people,
You
helping the masses, helping the
passionate about it.
masses.
They have a skill, they have everything, but they don't have financial. So that time bank, it's very important to a bank that can help others if they are passionate enough to go ahead in their life. Yes, this is the problem, because nowadays everyone wants to start up. Startup business is very what can trending, I can say. But we need to observe that person. Is that person really eligible for that financials or not? Because very few have that type of passion, that type of knowledge for industry or for business. So it's very important to become a banker. You need to observe that person really deserve financials or not, financial help or not. So yes, it's true. Happy to know about this experience, Rahul. Now it's really lovely talking with you. I must say that viewer must get benefited from your knowledge, and thank you for sharing all these things. So it's really lovely talking with you, and I
Thank
want
you.
to have another session in future as well to learn more things about banking sector, about banking, and about your journey, how you qualified your banking examination. So there are lots of things to ask to you, but now it's time to go. It's time to
It's
end
now
the
it's finally
session.
it's time to sum up, and it was really I am feeling honored that I have come to your show, for especially you have invited me, so I am really feeling honored. And thank you once again for hearing me patiently, and I hope our viewers will definitely like this. And lastly, to sum up, best wishes for your channel.
Thank you, Rahul. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Bye. So begin your spoken journey towards fluency with Ace Fluency. I have provided the link of this app in my description box and use my promo code Shweta10 to get 10% extra discount. Go and download this app and start your spoken English journey. Best of luck.